Previously on Beyond Compare Wrestling, after securing the BCW World Title match last week, Tafik looks to take on former number one contender Kamron Lewis in tonight's main event. And at Beyond Rules 4, Jason Shields made his shocking return to BCW. What will the former BCW World Tag Team Champion do now? Beyond Compare Wrestling presents BCW 53 Reunion.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
Well, thank you for joining us for another episode of Beyond Compare Wrestling. And in tonight's opener of BCW 53, we have No Honor Liam Connors taking on Mr. Tony Rizzo. And as we saw from that backstage video package, there are some big stakes on the line in this one. Liam Connors, he wants the same treatment as Byron Cassidy. He wants the services of Mr. GM. Can he defeat number one contender for the Commonwealth title, Tony Rizzo, here tonight? Let's take it to the ring and find out.
Standing 6'1" and weighing in at 315 pounds, he is a powerhouse wrestler from Rome, Italy, Mr. Tony Rizzo.
And here he is making his way to the ring, the number one contender for the BCW Commonwealth Championship. He will get his opportunity against the Commonwealth Champion, the Butcher, Byron Cassidy, at Random Draw 4 coming up in 2026. But tonight he's got to fight off the advances of Liam Connors, who is super motivated because, as we've seen, he wants the services of Mr. GM. He wants to be taken to the top. Liam Connors wants gold. Will that be enough motivation for Liam to defeat Tony Rizzo, or does Tony Rizzo have something up his sleeve? We're going to find out.
Making his way to the ring, this is No Honor Liam Connors.
And here he is making his way to the ring, the submission and striking expert, Liam Connors. He's got a lot of tools in his toolbox. He is just missing that one little piece of the puzzle to propel himself to the top of BCW. And perhaps that one little missing piece of the puzzle is the managerial services of Mr. GM. Liam Connors, he is super motivated. He's got all the tools. Can he pull off a huge upset and acquire the services of Mr. GM here tonight? Huge opener for BCW 53 Reunion, and the bell has rung. The match is underway. Liam Connors with a big, huge dropkick to Tony Rizzo, taking the big man off his feet right out of the gate in this one. Liam Connors, he said he's going to tie Tony Rizzo up like a pretzel. He's going to knock the teeth right out of his mouth. And as the striking and submission expert, I think he has all the tools to do that. I think he's going to want to keep this one on the ground, whereas Tony Rizzo, he's going to want to fight in a phone booth, so to speak. He's going to want to keep it close. He's going to want to use his power. He's going to want to keep his hands on a Liam Connors so he can't do moves just like that off the top rope. 1, 2. Ooh, almost a 2 count right out of the gate about 30 seconds into this match. Now Liam Connors, he's going for a little something extra, a little spring in his step off the ropes here. And a big, huge, and I thought he was going for a drop kick. Big, huge savant kick right to the face. And now the Dragon Sleeper constantly alternating between the strikes and the submissions. That is exactly what Liam Connors has to do. And Tony Rizzo counters with that big, huge running 12-6 elbow. That was big and brutal, and that is what Tony Rizzo is going to want to do. Use his power, use his size, use his over 100-pound weight advantage to his advantage in this one. This is the classic striker versus grappler. Tony Rizzo with a lot of big guys. Right as I was going to say that, a lot of big throws, a lot of big suplexes. Picks him up there, standing belly to belly. Doesn't even have to leave his feet. And speaking of leaving his feet, big, huge 300-pound elbow drop from the top. 1, 2. Could this be a quick? Liam Connors with a lot of oomph on that kick out, though. Tony Rizzo cannot believe it. That is 300 pounds crashing to about a 200-pound frame of a Liam Connors. And now throws him in the ropes, gets the momentum, picks him up, hip toss, but the legs land in the rope. It's the awkward landings that could do even more damage than the ones where you hit it perfectly flat. And this time, the referee gets hit, malfunction in the junction, picks him up and just slams him down. This is power and striking. Both men trying to implement their game plan perfectly. Tony Rizzo tried to get a full head of steam, but I think he's already getting gassed. That is always a problem with the bigger men in a match. They're always going to get gassed a lot quicker. And Tony Rizzo, he cannot seem to catch his breath. Perhaps from the submissions, perhaps from just going a million miles an hour in this one already. And now he's got him up. Liam Connors slips out the back, takes him there and hits him. Goes for the bulldog choke, but I think, and he is in the ropes. But that is not deterring Liam Connors. He wants Tony Rizzo to get back up just so he can knock him down. And when you have a submission and striking specialist, it is so dangerous because when you're on your feet, you're in danger of getting hit with a big shot and getting knocked down. And when you're down on the ground, you're in danger of getting locked up in a submission. Could be a moot point right here. The 1, 2. Liam Connors kicks out. And still to come, we have the BCW 2025 Award Nominees. We will have those winners on the first episode of 2026. But we got the nominees coming up. Everyone can pick their guesses as who is going to be the winners of those respective categories. We have that coming up immediately following this match. But Tony Rizzo back to the top rope. This time he wants Liam to get back up. Is he going to crown him with that double axe? Oh, but he goes for a cross body. Even more weight across the shoulders. Even more oomph on that impact when you go for the cross body. Using all of his 300-pound frame to his advantage. And that is why Tony Rizzo is so dangerous as a competitor. He is a ring general. As we've seen from his video package on the Titantron, he is the BCW head trainer. So you know he is that ring general. If he's teaching the younger generation, he knows all the moves, all the holds, and he knows how to get out of them, just like he did with that submission on Liam. As good as Liam is, as adept as he is at the striking and the submissions, he is a rookie. He's in his early 20s, whereas Tony Rizzo, he is in his early 40s. He's got about 20 years experience over a Liam Connors, and he is using all that experience right here, taking him up to the top, going to do something big, something impactful. Tippy top rope, he's going for it. Power bomb off the top, could this be it? Rolls into the cover, floats over, hooks the leg. 1, 2, he's got him, no! Liam Connors kicks out. Not a lot of mustard, though, on that hot dog. Liam is getting taken to the woodshed and a big, huge double axe. That Polish hammer from the Italian Tony Rizzo and a big, huge clothesline. Tony Rizzo firing up. This is why Tony Rizzo is the #1 contender for the BCW Commonwealth Championship. But Liam, he wants it so bad, as we've seen from that video package. He wants team up with Byron. He wants those managerial services of a Mr. GM. He feels like he needs it. He feels like it is the missing piece of the puzzle. Goes for that DDT. Totally gas floats over, but Tony Rizzo, foot under the rope. I think that is something that could have been a huge difference maker if he hit that big, huge DDT in the middle of the ring. That could have been it for Tony Rizzo. Liam, he's got Tony Rizzo on the ropes, literally and figuratively. He is on the top rope here. He's got something planned. Is it going to be another kick? And it is a big, huge drop kick to the face of Tony Rizzo. Tony Rizzo looks like he's gassed, looks like he's on Dream Street, going for a submission, that heel hook. Those leg submissions are so brutal. It's about a half a second between tap or snap. We say it every time, those leg submissions are so dangerous. Your legs can take the load until they can't, at which point it could pop a kneecap, it could pull that Achilles, it could snap your hamstring. Big, huge kick there. Liam is gassed. Tony Rizzo is gassed. These are two warriors fighting in the opener. Could this be enough for Liam? Oh, and now Tony Rizzo gets the rope break again. Liam fighting tooth and nail. He is like a bulldog with a bone. He really wants this victory, and whether he comes by knockout or submission, he wants it so bad. This time going to the second, getting a little extra oomph with that big, huge European uppercut from the second. And now Tony Rizzo getting a little bit of wind back, getting his faculties all in order for a big, huge maneuver, I would expect. Picks him up, slams him down. Big, huge judo throw there. And he's got him now. Big punch to the forehead. What an opener, a BCW 53. Two men who have never faced each other before. Two men who are super motivated. Tony Rizzo, he wants another victory going into that BCW Commonwealth title match against Byron at Random Draw 4. Liam Connors, he wants the services of Mr. GM. Tony Rizzo, uncharacteristic there, misses the punch. Liam capitalizes with a big, huge crescent kick to the side of the head. And now Liam gets a little bit of a head of steam, goes there. Big up and over wrench in Tony Rizzo's neck, but doing it the long way, doing it sideways. That could do a lot more damage than just hitting it flush, and now some more kicks and strikes. Shot to the liver, follows the combo up with a DDT. It was the DDT that almost secured him the victory a few moments ago. And a big shot there to the solar plexus. I think Liam Connors is trying to win Tony Rizzo. Tony Rizzo getting up very gingerly. Is he getting up only to get kicked? Big, huge knee, shot to the gut, and a big, huge Pele-style kick to the head. One, could this be it? Has Liam got it? Big upset, no. I thought we saw a big upset coming there. Tony Rizzo goes to the safety of the ropes, needs to get his faculties back in order after all those shots to the head and shots to the solar plexus. Tony Rizzo's lungs must be burning. He's got to do something, and he's going for a Hail Mary here. 1, 2. Oh, Liam reverses. 1, 2, and oh, Tony Rizzo kicks out. What a maneuver there. Tony Rizzo going for broke. Liam Connors going tit for tat with the veteran. And this is what I was talking about with Liam Connors having all the tools. He is just missing that one little piece. I do not know what it is, but it could just be having that manager giving him the extra little bit of oomph. Goes for the stomp, misses it. Tony Rizzo picks him up. Liam goes out the back door, hits him with that reverse style DDT. And now goes there, goes for the pin, foot on the ropes. 1, referee doesn't see it. 2, oh, referee does see it. Liam Connors getting desperate now. He just wants to do anything to beat Tony Rizzo. Like we said, a lot of stakes on the line. It is the unstoppable force and the immovable object. Tony Rizzo does not want to lose to this rookie, Liam Connors. Liam, this is the biggest match of his career against the biggest opponent, and he wants a win. 1, 2, center of the ring, no. So what do these men have to do? Tony Rizzo, he's going to be looking for a big, huge power maneuver. Liam Connors going for the strikes and the submissions. Big, huge 7-star lariat. That is his finisher. Center of the ring. 1, 2, sealed the deal. Has Tony Rizzo. Wow. That clothesline had a lot of muscle. Oh, but here's Byron with the Commonwealth title, slams him right in the face. It was all a setup from Mr. GM. All right, second match here of the night, Hard Limit versus the Game Changers. This is a rematch from BCW Episode 1. Hard Limit, they came out with a victory in the last episode. The Game Changers, they have not competed as a tag team since BCW 34. There is a lot of ring rust. Can the Game Changers pick up a win going into their World Tag Team title match at Random Draw 4? Or can Hard Limit play the spoilers? Let's take it to the ring and find out right now.
Making their way to the ring at a combined weight of 470 pounds, Hard Limit.
And here they are making their way to the ring. The Tool on the left, Sweetcocks on the right, collectively known as Hard Limit. The first ever tag team match that took place here in BCW was on episode 1, and it was Hard Limit versus the Game Changers. In that first ever tag team match, the Game Changers, they picked up the win over Hard Limit. Hard Limit, they do have a victory in their last match. They have been competing regularly since episode 1. The Game Changers, they got a lot of ring rust, self-admittedly. Can the Game Changers pick up a much needed win here tonight, or can Hard Limit play spoiler?
Making their way to the ring at a combined weight of 465 pounds, Adam Ace and the Real Deal Jason Shields, the Game Changers.
And here they are, the first ever and the former BCW World Tag Team Champions, the Game Changers, Adam Ace and Jason Shields. They did compete on that first episode. They picked up the first tag team win ever here in BCW. But there is a huge layoff. The last time they competed as a team was BCW 34. The last time we saw Jason Shields was BCW 36. So a lot of ring rust. Can the Game Changers get back into form? Have they missed a step? Or do they need this match to really shake off that ring rust? We're going to find out. And here we go. The bell has rung. The match is underway. Going all the way back to BCW 1 for a rematch on this one. Hard Limit and the Game Changers. We got Jason Shields and Sweetcocks starting it off in the ring. Jason Shields quickly takes it to his corner, tags in his tag team partner, and we're going to look at a picture-perfect double team maneuver from the Game Changers on that one. You'd expect nothing less from a premier tag team here in BCW, from the former BCW World Tag Team Champions, but not even a one on that one. Sweetcocks quickly grabs Adam Ace and sends him down with that side Russian leg sweep. The Game Changers, they are so springy. They love to use the ropes. They are so evenly balanced in terms of size, speed, and strength. And Sweetcocks, he tags out to the Tool, getting the smaller man of the team in, the faster man, and we can see it right there. The Tool, he has so many things in his toolbox, pun intended. Goes all the way to the other side of the ring and hits him with that interceptor into the ropes. Taking out the midsection of the Tool. The Tool counters with that heel hook. We saw it in our opener. The heel hook and any lower body submission is so dangerous. You think you're fine until you're not, and then it could snap that heel. You could pop out that ankle. Does a lot of damage, that heel hook, and he hits him there with a big kitchen sink to the breadbasket. Tags back in Jason Shields. The Game Changers, they are known for those quick and frequent tags. Big, huge knee there to the face of the Tool. Jason Shields, so springy, looks like he has not missed a step. He is fully recovered. He's been hitting the gym. I'm sure he's been hitting the cardio. But there is something about just getting in that ring that you cannot duplicate in a recovery in the gym, but a big, huge, beautiful moonsault off the ropes there. Surprised Sweetcock's there on the apron, could not even try and hit him with a maneuver, try to punch him, try to knock him off the ropes because Jason Shields was so fast. And they say that no wrestler ever goes into a match at 100%, but Jason Shields, he's coming in here as close to 100% as he can get. And he goes there with a big, huge, shining wizard right to the head. He is so good at those kicks. His finisher is that super kick. Jason Shields loves to kick. And what's he got here? Gets the tool up on the second, looking for something big and a huge blockbuster. Picture perfect. Shoots the half, goes for the cover as he got it. Quick victory here for the Game Changers too. Not enough tool with a lot in the tank. Still able to kick out, goes for another kick. Punch. Doubles it up with the punch again. The tool reverses. And in terms of a first match back for the Game Changers, Hard Limit is probably one of the tougher outs that the Game Changers have. Hard Limit, they won their last match on the last episode, and they know the Game Changers so well. Out of all the teams in BCW, I think Hard Limit know them the best. They have faced Hard Limit more times than any other team. They have defended the BCW World Tag Team titles against Hard Limit. And Hard Limit, they have been competing regularly since that very, very first episode. They have not had any layoffs like the Game Changers have had when Jason Shields was out. Big move off the top rope too. Sweetcocks, he is in about the 280s, so he's got about, I'd say, a 50, 60 pound weight advantage, and he went off the top and used every bit of it to come crashing down on Jason Shields. Really rocking the sternum of a Jason Shields, and the injury that Jason Shields had was to that back. So if you're concentrating all your attack on that midsection, whether it's on the front side or the back side, that is going to perhaps aggravate the injury of Jason Shields. Jason Shields gets the knees up when the duo was going for that twerking moonsault. I tell you this, when it comes to Hard Limit, Sweetcocks is the steak and the tool is the sizzle. I will give them that. And what's Jason Shields going for here? Picks him up. Oh, I thought he was going for a power bomb. Project Shields on that one. 1, 2. Oh! Tool able to kick out, but barely, very awkwardly getting that left shoulder off the canvas. And now Jason Shields, is he going to go for that super kick? Send him to Dream Street super kick. What a devastating maneuver. Knockout style blow. And the tool, he is grabbing his face. He is hurting bad, but Jason Shields walking very gingerly, perhaps hyperextending the leg, the knee, the hamstring on the extension of that super kick. And Jason Shields off the side of the apron there. Adam Ace in the ring, and now Adam Ace, right as he gets in, does that big, huge elbow drop, and now it is back to Jason Shields. I think Shields called an audible. He just needed to check on his leg, make sure it was good. It was good, and now he's back in trying to get some much-needed ring time. He needs it so bad, especially facing the Exile, the team that defeated the Game Changers for the World Tag Team titles, the team that took out Jason Shields with that injury, the team that the Game Changers feel has their BCW World Tag Team titles, and they want them back more than anything. They lost to the Exile. They have not got their rematch. They have not got their chance to get revenge. But at Random Draw 4, coming up in 2026, that is exactly what they're going to get. The tool up and over to Adam Ace. Tags in his partner, Sweetcocks. We got the big man in. What is Sweetcocks going to do? He looks like he's going to wait for Adam Ace to come back in. Both men trying to play the mental game and doing the pose down. Both men aren't necessarily chiseled, but they got those go muscles, not those show muscles. And Sweetcocks, he is so strong, he's probably in the top 5 of pound-for-pound strongest wrestlers in BCW. And a beautiful counter there into a DDT. That is a huge arm to secure around the neck and drive that forehead right into the canvas. And now we got Hard Limit going here for a double team. What do they got here? Picking him up on his back with the gory special into the twisting flatliner. The flatliner is Adam Ace's finisher. Bit of a mental game there. One only. Wow. We have not seen that maneuver from Hard Limit. And not only is it a devastating maneuver, but it also plays the mind games as Adam Ace's finisher is that flatliner, and they did sort of the gory special into the flatliner on that one. And Adam Ace, he is prone to getting a little bit angry, a little bit pissed off in his matches, gets a little aggressive against an Adam Ace. I think that is exactly what they were going for, just to try to piss him off, hopefully cause a little bit. Oh, and here we go. Going to the top, gets the hot tag. I think they were trying to piss off Adam Ace, so he made a mistake, and that was a mistake. Going to the top rope, allowing the Tool to get that hot tag to Sweetcox. But now they got Sweetcox in their corner, going for a double team maneuver. Twists the arm, goes for it. Big, huge cannonball into the turnbuckle for Sweetcox. Now he's off the ropes. Is he going? Just as I was going to say, is he going to go again for that Shining Wizard? Went to the well once too many, and apparently twice as too many. Picks him up now, sends him to the sky with that huge flapjack. And now Sweetcox throws Jason Shields into that unfriendly corner. Going for a big, huge double team maneuver. Going for something new here. What are they going to do? Big, huge shoulder butts. Goes forward, off the ropes in tandem. Head butts to the sternum. And this time Jason Shields gets the hot tag to Adam Ace. Jason Shields, he does not want to get re-injured ahead of that BCW World Tag Team title match. He's got to get back to his corner. And here we go. Oh, went for the rage quit. The Tool countered with a big, beautiful cutter. Adam Ace's finisher was countered. He goes for that curb stomp that he calls the rage quit. Is he going for the McGinnis? He is the Tool. Hits it. That's his signature maneuver from the Tool. Big, huge upset incoming. 1, 2. Oh! Jason Shields able to get there at the last second, but the ref is down. Is this going to be a factor in the match with the referee totally knocked out here? And a tag there. Hard Limit going for a double team maneuver. Referee in the middle of the fray. Big, huge shotgun drop kick from the 280-pounder. And now a Bronco Buster. Looks like Hard Limit are heating up, but the referee's still down. Big, huge spinning back fist knockout shot, but the referee is nowhere to be seen. Jason Shields taking out the ref. It was inadvertent, but it is paying dividends here for the Game Changers. Sweetcox, he's got something big here. Picks him up, stacks him down. This is how they won their last match. Referee now back up and in perfect position. 1. Oh, only a 1. Adam Ace, he wants to win so bad. He wants to win for himself. He wants to win for his tag team partner. And he wants to win to get that extra bit of momentum going into that BCW World Tag Team title match coming up at Random Draw 4. What's the Tool doing here? Stalking his opponent. Goes to the outside in so that Adam Ace does not know where he is. Oh, and a big, huge Molly go round there. Locks up the feet. Could this be it? 2. Adam Ace able to kick out. Super smart maneuver there from the Tool. Didn't want to go to the opposite side of the rope. Adam Ace would have known where he is by his footsteps, but he went out of the ring and then got back in. Adam Ace did not know where he is, and the Tool was able to hit that Molly go round. And now tags in Jason Shields. Jason Shields, he's had a bit of a chance to catch his breath. Throws Sweetcox off the ropes, picks him up in a big, huge backbreaker there. Could this be enough? That was a huge maneuver. 1. Oh, but only a 1. Both these teams kicking out at ones. Really playing the mental game here. Not wanting to show that the other team has an advantage over them. But now picks him up. Oh, into that big, beautiful neck breaker. Sweetcox has such a thick neck, though. That neck breaker would do a lot more damage on someone like the Tool. But now he picks him up. Project Shields. 1. Could this be it? 2. Oh, and this time the Tool breaks it up. This time the referee saved from the fray. Got some of the toughest refs in the business, but when you get hit by these big, strong competitors, you cannot blame the ref for taking a few moments to get his faculties back. And a big kick there from Adam Ace to Sweetcox. And now is he going for the flatliner? Is he going for his finisher? Swipes under, gets him. Sweetcox trying to reverse. Adam Ace hits him with that flatliner this time. Could this be it? Finisher 2. Got him. The Game Changers successful in their first match back. What a huge layoff for the Game Changers. But there were some beautiful maneuvers in this one. I thought there were times when Hard Limit was going to pull out the massive upset against the former tag team champions. There were lots of times where the Game Changers were in trouble, so hopefully the Game Changers, they worked out all the kinks, they knocked off all that rust, because they are going up against not only the most dominant tag team in BCW, but the most dominant champions that BCW has ever seen. They are going up against the Exiled at Random Draw 4. Oh, and what do we got here? Speaking of the Exiled, the BCW World Tag Team Champions coming out here doing that sarcastic slow clap to the Game Changers. These two teams are on a collision course at Random Draw 4.
Vincent, I have to say I am disappointed.
Where is your curiosity?
Do you want to find out who I am?
I guess I'll have to change up my approach. I'm going to make the fear of the unknown more unbearable than just giving in to my demands.
Keep that title warm for me. I will see you very soon.
The following contest is your main event of the evening and will be a singles match.
All right, it is main event time on BCW 53. we have the Danish Destroyer, the number one contender Tafik, taking on the former number one contender, the future Kamron Lewis. Tafik feels that Kamron Lewis was not a worthy challenger when he challenged Benson at BCW 50. Tafik is looking at taking out a top competitor and the friend of the world champ heading into his title match. Can Tafik get it done, or will Kamron Lewis pull off a miracle on 34th Street upset? Let's take it to the ring and find out.
Standing 6'5" and weighing in at 300 pounds, from Copenhagen, Denmark, the Danish Destroyer, Tafik.
And here he is making his way to the ring, the first time ever, two-time number one contender for the BCW World Championship. He will be facing Benson Hicks next week. But will he be facing Benson with a huge victory over one of Benson's friends? Or will he be going into that match with a loss? That would absolutely shatter his confidence. So it is a must-win scenario here for Tafik in the main event.
Please welcome to the ring, from St. Louis, Missouri, the future Kamron Lewis.
And here he is making his way to the ring. They call him the future because I firmly believe, and Kamron Lewis firmly believes, that he is the future here in BCW. He is so young, but he has all the tools to be one of the biggest stars that BCW will ever see. And one thing that makes him so dangerous is his speed, his explosiveness, and his fearlessness. And he's going to have to use every bit of those attributes to defeat the massive super heavyweight Tafik in the main event here tonight. And here we go. The main event is underway. Tafik versus Kamron Lewis. Tafik coming out with a big, huge bicycle kick. Kamron Lewis reverses, tries to hit him with a shot. No effect. Kamron Lewis, not deterred though, goes for even more shots right to the midsection. Goes for a big, huge drop kick, and it is still not enough to get the big, huge Danish Destroyer off his feet. Tafik kicks him to the stomach and knocks him down with just 2 blows. Tafik is so massive, 6'5", over 300 pounds. He is big, he is strong, he is explosive. But Kamron Lewis not to be outdone. Kamron Lewis, he is so fast, so springy, so resilient. And he's got cardio for days, but he just can't seem to get Tafik off of his feet. Gets all his momentum, puts all that spring in his step, and he cannot knock over the big man. And now Tafik here with a big fisherman buster, hooks the leg. Showing his technique there. He is not just a big brawling brute. And now just grounding the high flyer and just raining down those right hands right to the head of a Kamron Lewis. This is exactly what Tafik wants to do. Ground the high flyer. Just grind out this win. Whereas Kamron Lewis, he's going to want to use the ropes. He's going to want to stay springy. He's going to want to stay, I think the key is elusive and abusive. He wants to deal out damage without taking it, and that is a real hard mountain to climb because Kamron Lewis already in about the first minute of this match has been taking a lot of damage. Quickly rolls out of the way, but gets a big, huge boot to his face for his troubles. Wow, that was a beautiful evasion from a Kamron Lewis, but even more of a beautiful counter to that counter. These two are playing 3D chess in this one, but Kamron Lewis, he's got to come out with something big. And a big, huge side slam there. And Kamron Lewis just grabbing his back. Tafik now taking out the hands, just dissecting every part of the body of a Kamron Lewis. And Tafik is trying to show Kamron Lewis that when you get to the top of BCW, when you are competing for the world title, when you are the number one contender, there are levels to this game. And so far from this match, Tafik is showing he is on a completely another level. Huge Beal throwing Kamron Lewis halfway across the ring. And now just taunting him, but to his credit, Kamron Lewis just keeps getting back up. He is not deterred by the pain. He is not deterred by the lead that Tafik has in this match. Picks him up, throws him to the lights. 1, 2. Kamron Lewis kicks out, though. And Kamron Lewis, there is an intangible that he has. There is something special. And something special happened right there. And now is he going for the ropes? Going for the top rope? Is he going to do something big? Goes for it. Big, huge. Oh, went for the clothesline. Tafik quickly sidestepped it. Kamron Lewis rolls out, and now he is trying to fire up. As I was saying, there is an intangible about Kamron Lewis, and that is when it comes to our December episodes, he absolutely turns up the heat, and he has been on fire. It was a few years ago that Kamron Lewis nearly defeated the World Tag Team Champions in a handicap match at our December episode. But is Kamron Lewis going to be able to kick out of this one? He calls that Edge of Valhalla. And now is Tafik going to go for his finisher? Is he setting him up for that burning hammer? Tafik has put a lot of people away with that burning hammer. This is what he's doing. Slingshots him in the ropes, gets a little momentum to hike him up and hits him with the burning hammer. Center of the ring, right on the BCW logo. 1, 2. Oh, and Kamron Lewis kicks out. Kamron Lewis still with a bit of fight left in him. But this has been virtually a runaway train from Tafik. It has been all offense from Tafik. And beautiful maneuver there. Beautiful transition and just completes the suplex. Wow. Picked him up like he was nothing. And Kamron Lewis is about 210, 220. Picked him up like he absolutely weighed nothing. Just the control and the dexterity that Tafik showed there. Wow, beautiful. But Kamron Lewis, he has got to do something. He has got to get the big man off of his feet. And Tafik voluntarily left his feet there with that big, huge neck breaker. But Kamron Lewis has got to do something to stifle the relentless offense that Tafik is bringing in this match. Oh, and he does it again. And look at that, just holds him there. He could hold him there all night long if he wanted to. He could hold him all the way up there till Christmas. And Kamron Lewis smartly gets to the outside so that perhaps he can get back inside using the ropes, and a big, huge clothesline completes it there. Kamron, he's just got to get some maneuvers stringed together. He can't just keep hitting the one maneuver. It's not enough to really do any damage to Tafik. Hits him with a back elbow there. Tafik hits him with that 12-6 elbow, but a big, huge Rana. Kamron Lewis starting to string together some maneuvers. Now he's telling him to get back up. Kamron Lewis, is he going to go for that ripcord knee strike, or is he going to go for his finisher, the frog splash? Rolls out of the way, goes for the big kick, and this time knocks the big man off his feet. And Kamron Lewis, he's got to get up real high for that drop kick. That is 6'5" that you got to jump up, but he's got such a vertical leap. And now Kamron Lewis, he's on the top rope, and he goes for it. I think he maybe slipped. He was going to try going for that spinning maneuver. Top rope, a little too sweaty, a little too slippery, or perhaps he's a little too fatigued, a little too damaged. It's so easy to do maneuvers when it's the beginning of the match, but when you have been getting slammed over and over again, it is a lot harder to do all those fancy maneuvers. And now picks him up again. He's going for the Edge of Valhalla. He survived it once. Can he survive it twice? And just slams him down to the ground. And now he's setting him up for the burning hammer. I think this might be a little bit for Kamron Lewis. A little too much for him to take. Edge of Valhalla, now a burning hammer, signature and a finisher. Could this be it? 1, 2, 3. No! Kamron Lewis kicked out. So much resiliency in the body of a Kamron Lewis. That is one of the reasons why we call him the future. But Kamron Lewis, look how gingerly he gets back up. You know he doesn't want to get up because it's only going to mean more punishment, but you got to get up. You can't be on the canvas for the 3. Now he's suffered 2 in a row. Is this going to be it? 1, 2, 3. No! Kamron Lewis kicks out again, and Tafik is starting to not believe it. I don't believe it myself, but this is exactly what Kamron Lewis brings in December. There is something about the holidays that just invigorates a Kamron Lewis to put on the best performances of the year. Oh, and a big, huge boot. He just keeps getting up, though, and keeps getting shut down. Tafik showing him that when you get to the top of the BCW World Title ladder, that size does matter. But Kamron Lewis quickly into the DDT. Could this be enough? Flash knockout potentially. Tafik able to get out, though. Kamron Lewis, can he hit this frog splash? Can he hit his finisher? Can he do the unthinkable? Seals it up there. Referee in perfect position. 1, 2, 3. No! This time Tafik showing all his resiliency. Goes for a moonsault, though, but able to miss. Perhaps got some of the legs, though. Kamron Lewis able to string together some maneuvers. Tafik just shoves him down, though. This has really been a match of tit for tat. Reversal for reversal, move after move. And these two are going about 1,000,000 miles a minute. I'm surprised Tafik isn't completely gassed. Big, huge belly to belly, though. And both, right as I say, I can't believe both these men are gassed. Both these men are down, just breathing in. Their lungs are burning. They're trying to gain some air, trying to get some oxygen into their body to fuel all those muscles. Tafik trying to fuel those big, huge, strong muscles. Kamron Lewis trying to fuel those springy legs to knock out some maneuvers, but Tafik just shoves him down with that big, huge shoulder block. And now picks him up again and throws him halfway across the ring. I think Kamron Lewis, this is exactly what he expected when he knew he was going to be facing Tafik. But I think Tafik, he's a bit surprised at the resiliency of a Kamron Lewis. I think Tafik thought he was going to come in here. This might be about a 2-3 minute match. I wouldn't call it a squash, but I think Tafik thought it was going to be a lot easier than this. And now Kamron Lewis to the top, spins him down, hooks the legs. Could this be it? Surprises him. 2? No! What a main event we have here, and Kamron Lewis is really turning up the heat on this one. Goes for it again. Frog splash. No water in the pool. That is going to do a lot of damage. Speaking of getting the oxygen into their body, that is going to force all the oxygen that Kamron Lewis has been getting back in the last few minutes all the way out of his body. And now Tafik picks him up. Going for that burning hammer, center of the ring. Oh, what's this? Kamron Lewis fighting out of it. Kamron Lewis hits him in the top of the head. Goes off the ropes. Big, huge kick right to the throat. Both these men are fighting for oxygen. And can Kamron Lewis pick up the biggest win of his career with the... Oh, no, and he missed the frog splash. I think that was his only shot in this one. And now he's got him there. Standing Spanish fly this late into the match. You got to be freaking kidding me. 1, 2, can he? No! A standing Spanish fly when both these men have their lungs burning, when the pain is coursing through their bodies. Kamron Lewis trying to fight as hard as he can, not just to win, but to stay alive in this match. Tafik does not want to take this to the outside. He knows he can't win on the outside. He wants to beat Kamron Lewis in the ring. If he's going to do a big maneuver, he wants to do it in the ring so he can potentially get the pinfall. And now he throws him there. Picks him up, a little assistance from the ropes. Burning hammer, center of the ring. That's got to be about 3, 4, 5, 6 of these ones. 2, is this it? And mercifully, it's over. I got to say mercifully on this one because I do not know how many maneuvers like that Kamron Lewis could take. He already took about 3, 4, 5 of them. He was able to get out of the one, but that is a big, huge maneuver from a big, huge man. And look how devastating these are. Just rocking the head, rocking the spine, all the way from your forehead down to your tippy toes. Tafik came into this one to show that there are levels to being at the top of the heavyweight division, and that is exactly what he did. But Kamron Lewis put on one of the best performances of the year of his career, able to go tit for tat with the Danish Destroyer, but in the end, that burning hammer is the thing that sealed the deal. It gave Tafik the win. He has all the momentum going in to his BCW World Title match against Benson Hicks at BCW 54. Oh, and here we go. Benson coming out. The champ is coming out here to address the number one contender, to address the challenger for his BCW World Championship at BCW 54. And there we go. There we see it. The Danish Destroyer versus the Redneck at BCW 54, which will be bigger in Texas. We are heading to Texas for the first episode of the new year. And that is the main event right here in the ring for the BCW World Championship. Benson Hicks versus Tafik. That is going to be one hell of a main event to kick off 2026. But right here tonight, we had a barn burner of an opening contest. Liam Connors, he came up short in our opener. Tony Rizzo hit that 5-star lariat, and what a lariat it was enough to put out Liam Connors. And then we had a tag match. It was a rematch from BCW 1. Hard Limit are now 0-3 versus the Game Changers, and the Game Changers improved to 12-1. Their only loss against the team they are getting their rematch against at Random Draw 4, the Exile. And in our main event, Tafik versus Kamron Lewis. What a main event it was, and Tafik picks up a win going into his world title match. Tafik is looking so dominant, and he is showing that there are levels to the heavyweight division. Kamron Lewis and Benson, they are about the same size, the same weight, the same dimension, so I think Tafik has the firm advantage in terms of the physical aspects going into BCW 54. But on the next episode, the 2025 BCW Award winners will be revealed. Who's coming out with the wins in those ones? And we have just signed a huge heavyweight clash. Kensho versus the baddest man alive, Isaac Taylor. And at Bigger in Texas, the BCW World title is on the line. Tafik versus Benson Hicks. What a main event to kick off 2026. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you in the next one.